Alright, so in one of the greatest pieces of World of Warcraft homages ever produced, the South Park episode Make Love Not Warcraft, the boys become powerful enough to save Azeroth by doing one thing: killing boars. Just endless, soul-destroying boar murder. So naturally, in my gamer dad mind, I had one question: can you actually level a character in WoW Classic by killing only boars? And because I apparently hate free time, sunlight and healthy posture, I'm going to find out. Welcome to Boarbound. The goal is simple. I'm going to try to level this character from 1 to 70 in Burning Crusade Classic Anniversary using only boars, boar-related quests, and boar-related cooking. But before the madness begins, we need rules. Rule number 1. I can only gain experience from killing boars. That means boars, pigs, swines, gore tusks, hellboars, fellboars. Basically, if it looks like a pig and it wants me dead, it counts. If it has tusks, hooves, and a deeply unfortunate place in the food chain, it's fair game. This also includes humanoids. Rule number 2. I can only complete boar-related quests. So if a quest asks me to kill boars, collect boar meat, collect boar livers, tame a boar, cook boar ribs, or spiritually commune with the concept of bacon, that's allowed. If someone asks me to kill wolves, bears, trolls, kobold, murlocs, demons, bandits, or literally anything else, they can get in the sea. Disclaimer though, I'm allowed to take on any quest that doesn't involve the murder of other creatures, such as delivery quests or class quests that are required to gain spells. Rule number 3. My hunter pet must be a boar. I'm not just killing boars, I'm recruiting one. Which is morally confusing, yes, but also extremely on brand. My first boar will be my companion, my tank, my emotional support ham, and potentially the only reason this challenge doesn't end before the end of this video. Rule number 4, cooking has to stay boar themed wherever possible. If I can cook it and it came from a boar, I'm going to try to eat it. Beer-basted boar ribs, gore-tusk liver pie, succulent pork ribs. If Azeroth has invented pork-based cuisine, I'll be there with a campfire and, of course, some pig. Rule number 5. Professions can be used to make gear, but only using source materials. That's right, I can generate money and gear from professions, however, these materials can only come from boars that I've killed. Subsequently, I can use those funds to buy gear and weapons from vendors, or work the auction house. And finally, the challenge ends when I hit level 70 by killing a boar. Okay, so let's do this. This is Boarbound. Introducing Porkgrind, our dwarven hero with a taste for bacon. Now, I'm not going to share every single boar kill that we do, so you'll just have to take my word that I've only killed boars. However, I am hoping to stream when I do the Boarbound challenge, so please drop in on those streams. Our first level, of course, was quite tricky. We only have level 1 Raptor Strike and Auto Shot. And that means that we're getting up close and personal with a lot of these pigs. I also forgot that I had Auto Shot, so my first few kills were purely melee. Oh well, Porkgrind didn't get those big beefy mitts by squeezing his trigger finger. After some smashing of tusks, we shortly thereafter hit level 2, which means we're off to see Talon Kenai, who hands us our first boring quest. He wants to kill 12 small crag boars because, well, he's bored of boars. Naturally, we were more than happy to oblige, and after some more crag chaos, we return to Kenai with what I can only imagine is a whole bunch of boar guts all over us. He rewards us with a sizable chunk of XP, which subsequently dings us to level 3. We're also rewarded with some stylish dwarven leather pants. I kinda wish that level 3 was more exciting, but instead it was just all out boar slaughter. Boars laughter, water, I'll get my code on that one. Let's talk what the game plan is for this episode while we're going to have some downtime. Ideally, I want to make some gold, as I feel that we're going to need to rely on our professions and the auction house to maintain a decent level of swag as we keep going along. Secondly, to do that, we'll need to level up our level working and skinning before we move on to the next zone. The zone that people either love or hate, Lochmadan. Oh wait, spoilers for episode 2 there. And finally, let's get to level 10, so we can get me my emotional support ham. I have a name in mind already for him, but you'll have to wait until the end of the episode for that. Ding, level 4. And you know what that means? It's time for us to get some new spells. For those playing the home game, every 2 levels in the Burning Crusade Classic gets you some new spells or a new rank in spells. And this would definitely be an improvement on just Raptor Strike and Auto Shot. But training requires money. We probably need to do a few more boar kills to get some more silver. Our level 4 spells we get are Aspect of the Monkey. That increases our chance to dodge by 8%, which will obviously help with our survivability. Serpent Sting, which has 22 nature damage styles over 15 seconds. And Track Beasts, which will help us avoid the nasty beasties that want to kill us that we might accidentally kill that aren't boars. Subsequently, we're off to Ironforge, where we picked up Apprentice Skinning. However, we're still a little low level for level working, but that won't stop us from picking up some materials. A bit more boar killing, and shortly after that it was ding, level 5, halfway to our goal for the episode. A cheeky cragboar kill kicked off level 5, as we grinded our way to the next level and our next batch of spells. And shortly after we managed to pick up Apprentice level working, and made us some hand-stitched leather braces and hand-stitched leather boots. Stylish. Back in Karanos, Ragnar Thunderbrew has got a fangin' for some ribs, and wants us to go find 6 cragboar ribs and a pint of Rhapsody malt. In return, he'll whip up some beer-basted boar ribs and teach us how to cook them ourselves. Yummers. I suppose I should probably learn how to cook then, before I go out and crack some ribs of the local cragboar. A trail of carcasses left behind, and I approached the local innkeeper for some malt. 48 bronze? Luckily I had some random bits of boar to sell. I have no idea what old mate will do with a chipped boar tusk, but hey, each to their own, and that covered the tab. A decent chunk of XP, and 1 silver and 75 bronze awaited me in addition to my goodies, so I guess that makes up for shelling out on the malt. Some more boar aside, and shortly thereafter we run into Tharic Blackstone nearby, who wants us to lug his tools up to Belden Steel Grill, return for a few bronze. Easy money. The path to Steel Grill is littered with boar, and we even managed to ding to level 6 on the way, which opens up the pathway for more new spells. On top of that, we also picked up an ammo running quest, before handing in those tools for a tasty reward. We grabbed the ammo for old Rumble Shot, but not before grabbing some more level working skills. We've been making some armor kits which has seen our skill increase, as well as skinning all of the boars we've come across. Rumble Shot gets his gear, and for the first time in a while, we're pretty flush with silver. Some more boar kills, and that silver's come in handy just in time to get our 2 level 6 spells. The first is Arcane Shot, a short cooldown insta-shot that hits for 19 arcane damage. The other is Hunter's Mark, which is a must get if you're a hunter. Hunter's Mark, for lack of a better term, is an attack power multiplier, but it must be applied at the start of an attack to be the most effective. These spells precipitated one of the longer grinds I've had to do so far, before I came across Marlif Barley Brew and another grog quest. I lapped it up, no pun intended, to seek a little bit of a bump to level 7. As it turns out, we ended up getting to level 7 regardless, as we dinged doing what we do best, turning boars into pork. Our reward for getting to level 7? A shiny new axe, because every dwarf man has to have a big axe. And hams. And we further indulge in some level working skills. Now, with the Thunderbrew quest, it wasn't as simple as just going below deck in Karanos to get the keg. There's a guard guarding it, and we need to wet his whistle to get to the keg. Whistle wetted, keg retrieved, and again, more rounds shouted than your drunk mate at the pub. We're off to massacre our way back to Marlif at Brunor Village. Not without a few boar kills, of course. We get there, and we're met with some more silver and a little bit more XP. We continue our baconating, but realise that we definitely need to get some more ammo, as we're getting a bit light on that front. Ammo replenished, we went back to our main quest, crushing boars and hitting level 8 with aplomb. We've done pretty well so far to not attack anything non-bacon and breach our tasty oath. I can't imagine Porkgrind is enjoying the variety of meals though. We head back to Griff, our hunter trainer, and get our level 8 skills. These include the obviously named parry, which allows us to, you guessed it sports fans, parry attacks. We also gain concussive shot, which impairs and slows the target for 50% for 4 seconds. Another one which is handy to use at the beginning of a rotation. We also get an improved Raptor Strike, level 2. Our first real upgraded spell and much needed for our up close and personal encounters. Now remember when I said it was a lengthy grind between levels? Mate, that grind has nothing on the grind between levels 8 and level 9. As we toiled away through boars and boars and boars and boars and boars. So perhaps we'll skip ahead to the kill that got us to level 9 and within touching distance of our first milestone. Level 9 and we had just 1 XP bar between us and our goal for the episode. I know we've got a chunk of spells to buy at 10, so I dropped some mats on the auction house before delivering even more bacon justice upon the world. It was time to see what cashola our materials brought, and as you can see, a fair bit of it dropped for us. We also popped a few cheeky further bits and bobs on the auction house again. I also decided to spoil myself with a little bit more firepower, particularly with a new compact shotgun and dwarven hatchet of agility with our newfound dosh. This made the ongoing demoralising of the boar population even more easy, so before long we'd done it, our first milestone, level 10. We made our way back to our hunter buddy Griff Wildheart, who sent us on our first hunter mission to tame a large crag boar. I also picked up our next lot of spells, Aspect of the Hawk, which increases our ranged attack power, level 2 of Serpent Sting, and the rather boring track humanoids. After slaughtering all their mates, this pig decided to fall in love with me, and I waltzed him back to Griff, and he took him off my hands. This would not be my emotional support ham. I was then tasked with getting a leopard. Easy done. Even if I did try to kill a bear while I ran it back. Bad leopard. I was also tasked with getting a bear and got that too before I was sent off to Ironforge to learn how to look after my pet. Before my run there though, I checked my mail and lo and behold, we now have a shiny gold in our bags, which hopefully is enough to cover our spells. I popped some more mats on the auction house before going to see Belia Thunder Granite, who would cast a training lesson on me. It was now time for me to go out into the wild and find my Porky to be, and shortly after I decided upon this fine elder crag boar. And of course, I settled upon an appropriate name, with some help of some friends on Discord, Boromir. But you can only kill boars, you say, Devo. What will you feed him? You have to feed your pets in WoW Classic. Well, yeah, that's true. And you know what? Sure, I could buy some stuff off the auction house, but I'm going to be sadistic and make Boromir eat his own friends. Does he like it? No. Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, wait. Oh, Boromir, you sick bastard. You love eating your own kind. He's super happy. And on that disturbing note, we've come to the end of this video. If you've enjoyed this, please like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Also, now has been a great time for World of Warcraft challenge videos, so go out and give some love to the community. Great regular channels like Pathalerics and Lord Navel are putting out content weekly, and there's also up-and-comers like Firebeard, Scorprogue, MMO Nerds and WowHub. All these are great channels doing great challenges, so go check them out. Until the next time, I'll see you guys.